This bomb will go off in 10 seconds. You're listening to the Pipe Bomb Podcast with James, Nick, Gigi, Josh, Sam, and Tom. Ring the bell. 1.
Coming soon on the Pipe Bomb Podcast. Another the Howling Huntress.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pipe Bomb Podcast, episode 62. I am Nick, and I am joined by the lovely James. Hello, James.
Hello. What's up?
Not too much. I just want to apologize to the listeners. We've been kind of slacking a little bit with our podcast, but hear me out. We've all been super busy. I've been super busy in school, and Brandy and I on Friday tried to record, but we didn't have the right material for it. So, yeah. But we're here now, and we have a load of topics, and I'm just super excited. But James, how you been doing?
I'm good. Everything's going good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. School's been going really good. I don't know if you guys checked my Instagram. I feel like I'm like gloating right now. But I won student in the module. So
Yes.
Gigi was so shady in the group chat. She said I looked like Mark Carano's understudy.
She's so stupid. I can't deal with Gigi.
Oh, fucking hilarious. But yeah. So anyway, things have been going good with me. But things have been going good with our divas lately.
I know. A lot of good things.
Lots of good things. So let's get right into it. Since we missed last week, we're going to kind of cover that later on in the show. We're going to talk about what's fresh. We're going to talk about what happened last night on Raw. So, yeah. So we finally had the number one contender match between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch to determine who's going to face Charlotte at WrestleMania. So you guys seen the match, but the finish was really interesting with the kind of the powerbomb and both them being pinned. So now it's a double pin. It ended in a draw. So this is speculation for what a lot of us have been thinking of going into a three-way. So, James, what do you think of it? And your girl Charlotte outside looking really cute in her little black dress.
Wasn't she? Like, I fucking love Charlotte. I think, like, she is laying down this whole...
I love her hand emotion. She's like, I don't know, she's been watching some Maurice videos, but, like, I love how she's just, like, shooing people away and, like, just not giving a damn.
I don't know, like, Maurice was more, like, taunty with it. I feel like Charlotte's more, like, pompous and natural with it. Like,
Right, yeah.
Whatever. I'm so above this. I'm bored. Like, I love that. And I think it was so appropriate. Finally, there's a reason for a Divas champion to be out there watching a match. Because remember when Nikki Bella had the belt, they would just put them on commentary, and it was just, like, pointless. They would just talk in circles. No shade to the Bella twins. It was just how they were booked. Mm-hmm. And it got boring during her title reign. But Charlotte has been super, super fun. She's been fun to watch. Once again, no shade to Nikki Bella. It was just the way that she was booked.
It's very dry.
Yeah, very dry. But I'm loving how Charlotte's being booked, and I love her attitude. I love how she's always, like, giving dirty looks, her smirks, her hand gestures. It's just everything. I love it.
I'm loving it, too. But what do you think of the match between Becky and Sasha? Because we've been looking forward to this, and it was a pretty decent match from what I remember.
Decent? But I thought that was the match of the night. I thought it was freaking...
You know what? Granted, I need to
flawless.
watch it back. I only watched it once, and during that time, Mitchell was being super fucking critical of them. He's like, oh my god, Becky, like, she has been super sloppy. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? They're doing great.
Yeah,
well,
you definitely need to rewatch that match. That match was flawless. Like,
I know. I really only remember a couple of Sasha's moves and then being on the outside for a bit, and then the double power, or the power bomb off the corner. That's really all I remember, so I definitely need to watch it.
What about the pin reversal when Sasha did that roll backwards and then ran in with the knee? That was amazing.
Oh, yes.
Like, all Sasha's knee spots were on freaking point.
I love Sasha's new knee spot that she has where they, like, pick her up and then she just kind of drops on
Oh,
them.
yeah, I like that, too. That's, like, very Evan Bourne. Evan Bourne used to
Yes.
But Sasha's just...
Indie Bay.
Yeah. Sasha's just on point. She's very innovative in the ring. She's always coming up with something fresh and new. And Becky Lynch is she's just a great canvas to work with. I feel like Becky can give any woman in the division a great match. And another thing I want to mention, I loved how they weren't called divas. They didn't call them divas once.
Yeah, honestly, like, I'm sorry, listeners, I need to watch that back, because I seen you mention that in the chat. So what did they call them? Just, like, women's wrestlers, or women?
Michael Cole was calling them women. It was just women, 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 and there was no diva mention at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, I see that they're trying to transition it, and I know that Charlotte retweeted something on Twitter last week when she was holding the Divas title, and she was being interviewed, and the guy asked her, why is it pink? Is it because you're a woman? And Charlotte was kind of like, you see? Like, this is my point. You know, and she's like, no, she's like, it's the Divas champion, but hopefully one day it'll be the women's championship. So I can see the transition starting to brew, but regardless,
and we've seen it down in NXT slowly over the past couple months as well with their women's division. So
it's starting to go there. It's, you know what? And then the women's division is like the hottest ticket right now in wrestling. I feel, especially in the main roster, it is starting to pick up like wildfire, because that match was fucking flawless, Nick. You gotta watch it again. Are you kidding me? Tell Mitchie I said for him to have several seats and then go sit in the car outside.
I know, really, right? Like, I was telling him, I was like, listen here. He's like, oh, you're just like not judging them because you love them so much and you won't shade them. And I'm like, Mitchie, he was just being so like chirpy and shady. It was ridiculous.
What, Mitch, you haven't been putting out? That he was so crabby. That match was on.
He was very crabby.
The match was on point. It was such a great way to open the show.
Yes, I was very happy that they got that opening spot, because generally the first match of the night has like a good time amount allotted to them.
It's always like Dean Ambrose or something.
Oh, I know.
So over it. But
I skipped that intro, by the way, with him and Triple H.
Oh, I actually watched it. Triple H was everything. But Sasha looked cute. I loved how she put the toner in her hair, so now it doesn't look as crazy as it did when she first debuted the pink hair. So I really love it now.
Yeah, I've always loved the pink hair, honestly. Like, I loved her as the redhead back in NXT, but when she came up to the main roster, it was nice to see, like, a new change with her. But then people were, like, throwing shade about her weave and, like, her edges showing, and I was like, girl.
It looked cute on Raw, I'll say that.
Yeah, I love that she brought back the outfit that she debuted on Raw with.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was appropriate.
The other thing is, I'm so glad that Becky Lynch's attire exploded, because I never want to see it again. I don't like it. And, like, she needs to show off her midsection because she's so in shape.
Oh, she's so toned.
Oh, somebody, I feel like Sexy Star from Lucha Underground got inspired by one of Becky's gears, because she's rocking something very similar.
Which one?
I saw a promo picture. It's on her Twitter. And I was like, that looks like Becky Lynch from the shorts to the top. But my favorite Becky Lynch look was the one that she had on TakeOver when she had her match with Sasha Banks, and she had that leather top with the maroon color, I think it was.
Yeah, it was kind of like her Tomb Raider-esque type of...
Loved it.
She looked really cool.
So I want Becky to kind of dip back into there and put the straps back in. And
she just had those like loose pieces of fabric in the back. That was very unnecessary.
We could do without that. That I could do without. But I just love the front of the top. I like the construction of it. And I even like the shorts. So I want her to work her way towards that. Or if she's going to do the waist strainer, or what is it, a girdle.
It was like the corset.
Yeah, the corset. If you're going to use the corset, make it fitted and stop using that paper bag that exploded on Raw.
I did notice that at the end of the match. I remember seeing.
Yeah, that's my only gripe with Becky Lynch, is that
her outfit choice.
That's it.
You know what? Like, a lot of people on Twitter give her shade for her outfits, but like, I've always kind of like, I don't know. I don't mind it. I didn't mind the blue, but then you and Sam dragged her to close to the river about it, and then it's like, I like the corset. I like her envision of what her look she's going for, but like, granted, she just hasn't found the right look yet. So, no. And I do like what you said about her showing her midriff again, like her stomach, because like, she's a super toned girl. So
yeah,
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what she'll pull out for Mania. So.
But like I said before in a previous episode, Becky Lynch was plucked up from NXT before she found her look. Like Charlotte and Sasha, they all found their looks, and Bayley, they found their looks on NXT. Becky was experimenting, and she got plucked out of NXT. So I feel like she hasn't nailed it yet, but she will. She's on her way.
She got time.
Yeah. But overall, I give that match an 8. Like, I loved it. I fucking loved it. Even the finish.
Yeah, I thought the finish was very unique. Like, and I was kind of hoping, like I was wondering what WWE was going to do with this, because there's been a lot of speculation with the triple threat and like how they've been booking Sasha and Becky backstage leading up to Fastlane and stuff. So I was like, okay, But you know how WWE tends to like to throw swerves at us. So I was kind of seeing how they would end the match, but I just thought it was so cool.
I want to give a quick little mention before we move on to our next topic. Last week made a year since the Divas Revolution, and look at how far we've come from the Divas Revolution to number one contenders match for the Divas Championship at WrestleMania between Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks on Monday Night Raw, and they slayed like that. So for people to still throw shade at WWE for not treating the women on the main roster right, you're just complaining.
Mitchie.
Sorry. You're just complaining, Mitch! Like, come on. Like, that was...
I'm gonna make him listen back to this.
That was just everything. Like, the story was there. The two women are capable of holding the Divas Championship and actually looking like a damn champion and being respected. The crowd was split. The crowd was so into the match. You had Let's Go Becky. You had Let's Go Sasha chants. People were invested in it. To say that this wasn't a great match, I don't know. Bitch. I don't know.
I'm really excited to see the direction with this, and we could kind of move on to later on in the night a backstage segment with Becky and Sasha, and they were both kind of like, you know what, like I wanted this WrestleMania spot, blah blah blah. Charlotte comes in with her daddy, and she's just kind of mocking both of them, and she says that they have a rematch this Thursday on SmackDown. To determine who's going to be number one contender. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen with that. And I can't wait because I'm going to see that tomorrow.
I can't wait for this. I really don't know. See, this is what I like. I love that I don't know the direction and I can't assume anything. I don't know if Sasha's going to pick up the win, because they really threw me off at the rematch. I thought that they were just going to go right off the bat, all right, it's a triple threat. But since they have a rematch, now I'm like, how is this going to end? So I really like that. So
you want to do some like predictions? Some fantasy booking?
Yeah, we could do that.
Real quick, what do you think? I have an idea already in mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, so since like they said that they're doing the rematch on SmackDown, I feel like Charlotte should be on commentary this time instead of just sitting outside. They should have another flawless match, and then get to the outside and maybe Sasha throw Becky into Charlotte, and then Charlotte get pissed off and double clothesline both of them. So that way it's not like a DQ for one of them. So both of them will go, and then there's still no decisive winner until next Monday or something.
You know what I think?
What
you're saying that gave me an idea. How about they have a great match. Charlotte's on commentary. And as Sasha hits the bank statement on Becky Lynch, she comes and kicks Sasha in the head and gets a disqualification because she feels like she could beat Becky because she already has. So,
and that would be kind of...
And Sasha beat her for the NXT Women's Championship.
Okay.
So I think that's what I would do. Have that disqualification that way. And
then how would you incorporate Becky back into
because it's a disqualification. No, like Becky wins out of disqualification and she's not here for it. Like, no, I wanted to earn it. This, that, and the third. So she's still involved. So,
okay, I like that. So would you see like kind of a conflict on the outside with Sasha and Charlotte, and then she'd like shove her or push her over?
Yeah,
maybe like Tamina big boot her in the face like she did. And then, like, have her come in afterwards at the finish of the match?
I don't know. Or I would be happy if Sasha puts Becky away and we get a one-on-one match. There has yet to be a one-on-one women's match at WrestleMania since Ashley Mazzaro and Melina. So I'm ready for a one-on-one. And
I don't think this is the year, though.
I know, but, like, I'm just saying, if it happens, I will be happy. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be happy because either way, I'm getting a great women's match. So,
hell yeah!
But I just prefer Sasha and Charlotte at WrestleMania. That's the money ticket. That's the hot ticket.
I feel like that you're right, absolutely right. That's the hot ticket that I think they should save and cash in at maybe next year's SummerSlam or even next year's Mania. Because I feel like since the Divas Revolution, granted Becky's kind of been in the shadows of both Sasha and Charlotte, just because respectively down in NXT they made themselves big stars, and with Charlotte being Divas Champion, having this like transition with her character being a heel. But I feel like all three of those divas, since they came up on the main roster, this is why the direction of our Divas division has been just so much better. So I feel like all three of them kind of deserve that spot.
No, I agree. I agree that Becky Lynch deserved that spot. And with the storytelling, the storyline, the way it's going, yes, Becky Lynch should be involved. And I feel like the Sasha Banks and Charlotte match, them having this 3-year at WrestleMania will benefit more to their feud. You know what I mean? So it would be a great payoff. It would really be a ticket sale at SummerSlam, like Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the Divas Championship at SummerSlam.
In a submission match or something.
Yeah, so it could benefit it. But if that's not what we get, I'm still happy.
I feel like they'll probably throw, I know it sounds bad, a throwaway, but they'll probably do Sasha versus Charlotte at Extreme Rules, I imagine, like after Mania. Because my prediction, I see Sasha taking that belt. But who knows? Charlotte may still hang on to it.
I think Charlotte's retaining.
Okay. So do you feel like if Sasha had a one-on-one match, she would pick it up?
She's not going to pick it up in a 3-way.
She's going to take the fall?
There's no way Becky Lynch is going to get pinned if it goes through a triple threat match at WrestleMania. There's no way. I think it's too soon. It's their first bout. Their first match on the main roster together for Sasha to come in and beat her. I think Charlotte will be Sasha's first. Maybe she'll pin Sasha. It'll be Sasha's first defeat.
That would be interesting.
Main roster, and it would be at a great place, WrestleMania. Take it. I take it. Your first.
And she'd shove that in Sasha's face throughout her entire career, you know?
Yeah, I beat you at your first WrestleMania. Like she said in a promo, it doesn't matter because in the history books or whatever she's in the WWE Network trivia, who did Charlotte beat at WrestleMania?
Yes, I love that.
I love that.
And, like, people throw this girl shade for her mic skills, like last week when she was kind of like throwing some tension in the lines with Sasha and Becky before they announced the number 1 contender match and everything. And people are like, oh, she screams into the mic. She's bad. She's all this and that. So robotic. But she's so shady that I don't know. I really enjoy heel Charlotte.
She's entertaining as fuck. She's pompous. People don't get her character. They say she's robotic. She's calculating. That's what she's thinking in her head. That's her character. She's smart. She cheats and she wins. And that's how she does it. She likes to play mind games. She gets in your head. She plays dirty. And when she comes and talks to them, obviously she's going to be condescending. She's going to be like, well, obviously. You know what I mean? That's her character. So.
And she has history with both these girls, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? When people hate on her so much, I get DMs on Instagram you wouldn't believe. And I know one of the listeners is listening. He hits me up every other day to throw shade at Charlotte because I said on one episode I won't block them. So now they're all trying me.
Oh.
So he starts throwing all this shade at Charlotte, and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad. I was like, you know what? You hate her, right? Oh, I don't hate her. This, that, and the third. I was like, no, well, you're throwing so much shade at her, for really being hateful. Now they're coming at her looks, how she looks like a man, this, that, and the third, and I'm like, well, she's doing a damn good job. She's a heel, and you hate her. So my girl, this is why I love her, because you hate her. That's why
it's like Dana Brooks syndrome with Tom all over again.
Yeah, exactly. You hate her makes me love her more.
I know.
She's doing her job. She's doing her job. Same with Cameron. People hate Cameron. I love it. I love that they hate her.
I know. I'm starting to become a big fan of Cameron.
I like that little bitch. I love her. Man.
I know. She's sassy a little bit.
I love her.
She's a brat, but granted, she owns it. I'll give it to her.
Exactly. She's a damn brat, and I love it. She's tolerable. I could handle Cameron.
Yes, but moving back to Raw, any final says on kind of WrestleMania plans, the Charlotte kind of Sasha Becky feud?
No, I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it. I'm excited. Let's just count it out for SmackDown that they kind of continue it, and you know what? I'm starting to have faith with the main roster creative with the Divas, because what they've been giving us with 2 secondary Diva feuds consistently, I'm kind of having faith in them.
And the Naomi push, something's brewing for Naomi. I don't know what it is, but something's brewing for her because she's been picking up wins.
Left, right, and center.
Yeah, so maybe she's next in line after the Sasha and Becky thing.
That would be cool.
So it would be cool, but
let's talk about before, because Naomi had a match with Brie, but before that, Brie Bella was interviewed backstage by Renee Young, asking her how she was doing, how Daniel and Nikki were doing.
Can we talk about Natty's little spot?
Oh, yes, sorry. Oh, my God. Mitch threw so much shade at her for that. Oh, my God. He's like, how sad. How far has your career fallen? I'm like, oh, my god. I was like, did you not see the chicken fry commercial about a year ago?
You know what? It is an endorsement deal.
It is. And she filmed a commercial earlier with that. So it's like, you know what, Natty? You're getting something.
I just don't like the placement of it. I don't like how they did it, this, that, and third. I feel like they should have, because it was clearly product placement.
Oh my god.
Like, clear as day. And I just didn't like how WWE delivered it. Like, it was not Natty's fault. It was some idiot back there wrote this together and told Natty, this is what you're going to say. Renee is going to interview. We're going to have this. We're going to have this sandwich just chilling in the locker room by someone's sweaty socks. Like, who does that?
Who leaves their Subway up there?
They should have did a whole segment with her in catering or something, maybe with R-Truth and them.
Oh my god.
That's what they should have did, like had all this nasty food,
Oh my god, they should have done her and Summer backstage.
Yeah.
At catering.
Something.
And there'd be like all this food around, and she'd be like, "Oh my god, Natty, you're really gonna eat that?"
But I know that Natty made a little bit of headlines last week because she announced that she dropped, and I noticed she's dropped like 20 pounds.
Yeah, she has. So she's looking lawless.
Yeah, so I can see why WWE asked her to do it, and Natty's beloved. We all love Natty. I love Natty, but
I do too.
I just feel like maybe Brie Bella could have did that, but no shade to Natty.
Oh! What about Alicia? Like Alicia?
No, I am so over Alicia Fox.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm fine with.
I'm really separating Alicia, the person or whatever, the Total Diva character, and like her wrestling character, because like I really do like Alicia in the ring. I've always been a big fan of her and her selling and just her.
Oh yeah.
Just everything about it, but she's just like such a bitch.
I guess. It's every time Total Divas is airing, I just can't stand Fox.
I know. I lose so much. I lose respect for her every single episode. Same with Paige too, to be honest.
Out of all the divas, Total Divas has ruined Alicia Fox for me.
Yes. You know what? That should be a countdown we should come up with.
That would be fun.
There's so many of them.
But yeah, that was Natty. I really thought she was going to be talking about cats because I had my DVR going and I like fast forward and I was like, wait, that was Natty. So I was like, we should probably talking about the fucking cats. But then when I went back, I was like, oh no, because I know she has an endorsement deal with Friskies or something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or did she lie about that?
No, I think she did. She was doing like things for them for WrestleMania and stuff.
Oh, okay. Do you remember that episode that she lied? When she was lying, or did you watch that episode? Oh my god, you had to.
Which one? What was she lying?
When she was like, the whole storyline was her lying about everything and like fibbing and like, oh, they're just small lies. I can lie about things. And like,
I don't remember.
Oh my god, at the very end, she was like revealing all of her lies to TJ, and she's like, and I also lied to you about Friskies contacting me about a contract or whatever, and he's just like, we'll talk about this later. He was so upset.
That's hilarious because she actually does. She went and did something with it. I actually saw footage of her there. I don't know. Was it on Total Divas? It was on.
It was. Well, it was a couple episodes ago. Maybe it would have been last season, but
I don't know. Like,
it was funny.
I love Natty.
I do too. You know what? Since we said like, out of all the divas that Total Divas has ruined is Foxy. Out of all the divas that have helped, it has been Natty for sure. Yeah,
and I also want to give a shout out to last week on SmackDown, selling that beatdown from.
Oh, Naomi snatched her. Well, Team Bad snatched her.
Well, no, Naomina.
Naomina, sorry.
I loved it. I love the duo of those two. But yeah, let's go on to Brie's interview.
Yeah, so Brie's having her stale-ass interview with Renee, talking about Nikki and Daniel and how they're doing. And then, surprisingly, she looks over, and I'm thinking it's going to be Summer. So, because Summer's been getting a lot of mic time recently on Superstars main event. She picked up the win on Raw a couple weeks ago. But no, the goddess has returned. Lana comes up, and she's kind of like just throwing shade at her about how like weak her husband is, and I don't know. I don't remember everything because I was just kind of stunned.
She says something along the lines where, my man is a brute, while your man is a little goat.
A little goat.
I loved it. I loved it. Even the way that she towered over Brie Bella, like...
So intimidating.
Yeah, like a mean girl. Like, she really gave me Bridget Nielsen.
Oh my gosh, she's like, I am a woman with curves. You? A stick and bones.
I loved Lana.
I'm like, bitch! I love heel Lana now. Yes, I'm so happy to have her.
I've always loved heel Lana. I prefer heel Lana over babyface Lana all day.
Me too. She got a great reaction as face Lana, which hopefully she kind of fucked herself over with.
It'll come back. It will.
It will come down the line.
It's gonna come back. This girl, listen. This is why her little light has dimmed. It's because WWE has done it. They've caused it because they're not putting her out on TV because they know
they're
that
punishing her with what happened.
Yeah, they're trying to
allegedly.
They're trying to dim Lana's light, but the thing is, now that she's starting to build up her cred again, and they're gonna she's gonna blow right the fuck back up. I guarantee you, wherever this storyline takes it, if it takes it to a match at WrestleMania, because honestly, I really don't know. I don't think this whole 8 Diva tag match thing that people have been speculating is going to happen. I don't think it's going to go down like that. I don't. If it does, whatever. But I really don't. I'm not a fan of multi-Diva tag matches at WrestleMania. It's redundant. It's been done too many damn times. The Jills, the Lumberjills, like, I'm over it. I hate multi-Diva. It's always a clusterfuck. I don't want it anymore. If
especially at Mania, like, granted, I'm always here for a good Diva Lumberjill match if it's like worked well, you know.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Girl, when was the last time we seen a Lumberjill match?
Good. Let's keep it going. We've seen too many. You know what it reminds me of? Of the shitty days of 2011, 2012. Like, I do not want to see it anymore. I've seen too many of them. Too many. Not everybody needs to be on the card. No, I'm sorry. Work your ass off. The only one that definitely deserves that second Divas match spot, I would say, is Brie Bella, Naomi, and Paige. Out of all the Divas in the main roster, those are the Divas that deserve it. Maybe Natty, but Natty.
I was gonna say Natty's been trying to work really, really hard. But
she hasn't been that active on TV, so storyline purposes, it wouldn't make sense. But if they can work it out some way and get us a 4-way, and whoever wins this match will face the winner that wins the like. Give
like
me
a number one contender.
Yeah, like give me something like that with Naomi picking up these wins or something like that. Maybe Lana could come in and cost Brie the match, have Lana run in or something.
Continue that and like keep that building.
I don't want a basic 4 Diva tag match. I don't. Or I would be happy if it was a 1-on-1 Brie Bella versus Lana.
At Mania?
At Mania. I would be happy. Because they have enough time to build this up. Daniel could come in.
I was going to say Daniel could come back to help her.
Rusev can get involved because the League of Nations needs to just go away and die.
Bryce, hell, the League of Nations would only work if Lana was like the head bitch of it.
Yeah, but they want to diminish her and punish her.
But now that they're giving her this, it's like, oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the match. So so Lana was dragging Brie, and she's like, you know what, you can say all you want, but until you get into the ring, I'm not going to take you seriously, blah, blah, blah. So she walks away. So she has her match with Naomi. I am absolutely loving her tights or whatever, like the bandana tights that she's sporting now. I was talking to Brandy about this, and she's like, I've never really been a big fan of it, but I'm just not a big fan of the bandana look, but I'm just loving it, and I told her that I wanted to see it in a different color, and she delivered. So I just thought she looked so cute, the weave looked great, and her and Brie put on a really good match, I thought.
I loved it. I thought it was a fun match. Naomi is vicious as hell. I love.
Oh my god, beat down.
I love the submission hold, and then after Brie tapped, she still beat Brie on the head. I love that. And
she's been giving me Jackie Moore vibes with her beatdowns lately.
You know what, Naomi? Kudos to this girl. This girl has been improving day after day after day. Her mic skills is picking up. Her ring awareness is on fucking fire. I love how she's being more aggressive in the ring with her strikes, because Naomi pays attention to her social media. She pays attention to her fans. She knows what her fans want to see.
Even though that girl won't give us a retweet on our bombshells of the day.
No, and she sees it. She sees it. But that's okay, because she's got like 10 alerts, Naomi. I know you see it, girl.
A favorite one, we wouldn't mind that, though.
Yeah. But like,
that's all I'm saying.
Like I was saying, you know, she follows social media. She follows her fans. She knows what we like. She knows that we love her World Star beatdowns. Yes. She knows that her fans love it, and I love that she's incorporating that in the ring, where she just punches them in the head repeatedly. She's like, bam, 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 bam.
I love that, and that's what I've really liked about women's wrestling. If there's like a good stiff beatdown, and like Naomi's so good with it, like when she did it to Sasha a couple weeks ago, and then and then Natty, and now with Brie as well. Like, I'm here for it, and I'm really excited to see. And this is where it comes into now. So after the match, Lana comes out and it's kind of like, oh, you failed, you pathetic American. So it's kind of interesting to see where the direction's going. But like you said, with Naomi picking up all these wins, with Summer randomly getting a win on Raw, and then now getting this mic time and all this and that, more direction with all these divas. So it's going to lead to a multi-diva something.
Ugh.
It has to.
I hope not.
I think it's a throwaway for Lana's debut, but then again, WWE could be kind of still bitter and be like, all right, you want to wrestle? Well, here, we're going to give you a shitty-ass debut and you'll probably lose.
Well, they can. If they have Lana recruit her team, I would be more invested into this. Like,
Ooh, that would be fun.
I would like to see Naomi and Tamina in the bathroom doing their lipstick, like Naomi posted on her Instagram of her and Lana having that feud. She's like, when a bitch is talking shit and you catch her in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I love that. And I would love for them to incorporate a storyline like that when Naomi, whatever. So Naomi could be putting on her makeup and they could just switch the roles and have Lana walk in and be like, so I see that you have a problem with the Bella twins too, and I have a problem. You know what I mean? Like she can use her skills.
She could even be like, women like you and I, we are actual full-figured women, not like pathetic Brie. Like,
yeah, we're actually talented, and this, that, and the third, and we actually beautiful women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could go
and say that to Tamina too. Like, just kind of like soak them up, and they'd be like, hell yeah,
and then
damn right we are, sis.
And then she could go ahead and recruit Summer, and there we go.
That's where it's going to be interesting, though, because Summer and Lana have all of this like back history. So how the hell are they going to work together?
They can put their stuff aside. It would make sense to me if even if they put Summer putting on her lipstick and had Lana walk up behind Summer and be like, so, you know what I mean? I heard what you had to say a couple of weeks ago on the mic. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, oh, this, down the third. Let's take that.
Ooh, you know what she could? Sorry to cut you off, but you know what she could say? She could be like, since on Superstar, I know they're not going to bring up Superstar shit, but like, since Summer was on the mic and she's like, oh, when you guys were playing around and who's going to be on this team and team names, oh my god, I love team names, I was creating history and the change for divas in our industry, and kind of like that. Lana could kind of be like, so I heard what you said, and you and I both did that. We didn't need that, and like, that's how they could kind of relate with it. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just, I guess we have to see weeks to come because this has just been planted. The seed has just been planted last night. Yeah. So we just got to see. Hopefully we see something on SmackDown, which I think we will. But regardless, I think it's about that time. Lana's about to start getting into the ring. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Lana. I'm excited. She's been on the main roster for 2 years now, I think. 2, almost 3.
Close to 3, I think.
Yeah, close to 3 years, and I think it's appropriate for her to get into the ring now. And I love the anticipation of waiting for Lana's in-ring debut, because I was one of them that was just like, she don't need to wrestle. She really doesn't. She really didn't. At this point, since what they're doing with Rusev, yeah, Lana, it's time to start branching off, doing your own thing. It's time.
It's just interesting to see how she'll fit in the women's division now with like all of these bigger names, you know?
I think she's going to be a fucking hit, kid. She's going to be a hit. People love Lana.
We'll see. Like, I don't know. Like, you think she'll get into the Divas title picture? Or do you think they'll kind of keep her in secondary feuds for a while?
First, I got to see what she can... I want to see if she can deliver in the ring. That's what
did you see she had some, like...
the kickboxing video?
Yeah, the kickboxing video.
She looked hot.
She did.
And her form was on point. Like, I'm a nerd. I was over there studying, trying to see her form, her footwork. I wanted to see if she's awkward, and I didn't get any of that. So I was just like, oh, all right, cool. And, like, I don't want to compare her to Eva Marie, people, but Eva Marie has great footwork when she does stuff like that. She has a great form, and that's why I can see why Eva Marie has been proving quickly and all of that. Like, she's been doing very well now that she's being trained properly.
Right.
So I can see I don't want to compare them yet because I haven't seen Lana work yet, but for me it's a good sign because I see.
Yeah, the only thing we've seen of Lana is a couple cat fights and that little jump kick.
And when she was trying out for Total Divas and she was like rolling around in the ring and stuff, and she was very impressive. So
she's got a great background, very athletic. So it'll be interesting to see what she'll do and what kind of moves she'll pull out. Like, we'll see.
Yep.
I am very excited, but let's move on to what happened last week. We haven't covered it here on TPP. Is the Shane McMahon return?
Ooh, that was a surprise and a half.
Surprise as hell.
I actually wasn't watching Raw live, and
last week?
Yeah, when it happened, I was hanging out with this dude, And then I'm just going down on my Instagram, and I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody's like, oh, Shane McMahon. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I just spoiled it for myself.
Yeah.
I was so mad. And then I was like, all right, I gotta go home.
I gotta go.
So I left, and I just sped home. And I got home, and it was like maybe 40 minutes into Raw, so I was just rewatching it. I wanted to watch, like, I thought he got the award, not Stephanie. So when I came in, and when Vince called out Stephanie, I thought he was calling out Shane. So I was like, oh, okay. Now I don't know what's going on. So I was okay. But what a moment.
They executed that really well.
What a moment. The crowd was on fire for Shane. Everybody was so happy to see Shane. And I don't know how I feel about Shane versus The Undertaker.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. That's kind of out of nowhere. But,
I mean,
like, the whole backstory about, like, if he beats Undertaker, he gets control of Raw.
That's not going to happen. He's not going to beat The Undertaker.
Oh.
But I think this is WWE letting us know that a change is happening. And I've noticed the change, especially in the women's division. I've noticed the change. And if you say you haven't, you're just a fucking hater. Like, I'm sorry. Don't watch the damn product then.
Just a mess. Like, I don't know. I'm excited because there's been some rumors about the brand split coming back. So, I'm a big supporter of that. So we'll see what happens. Like, I can see maybe Shane, I don't know. Undertaker's been doing this for a while. Like, granted, Brock Lesnar's the only man that's beat him at Mania, so I think they'll just kind of keep to that. But then this may be his last WrestleMania. But then they say that every year, so I don't know.
Well, with all the injuries, I think the brand split is going to happen.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to be a lighter schedule. It's going to make it more special. Like NXT, we only see them once a week. So when we see them, we're like, oh my God, yay, yes, Nia Jax, yes, So, like...
Dana Brooke, yes.
Yeah, so, like, and we're so excited to see them because we see them once a week. So I think, at this point, there's so many goddamn wrestlers. And the New Day wrestles every day of the week, I feel like.
They do.
So it would be nice. Me, I was so against the brand split for a long time until you convinced me.
Oh, I had to. God, that was like 40 minutes on a podcast, people.
But the thing is, like, I don't know how I'd feel about the women's division
being split up.
Yep, that would be the issue.
I feel like they could. I feel like it actually would be beneficial, to be honest, because I feel like.
So you would bring back two titles?
Yeah, but no, I feel like they should keep the same title, but if you're champion, you could go back and forth on each brand.
For all champions.
Yes, I don't think they're going to bring back all of these titles, but if they do, it would be nice to see the women's title back. So, but I feel like it will be good for kind of lowercase divas like Foxy and Summer, and like Naomi and Tamina to kind of like establish their characters maybe on a SmackDown. Whereas, like, all the NXT girls would get their shine on Raw and be exclusive to there. And I just always liked having, like, Survivor Series. That's what made it special for me. Is that, like, having the brands battle it out and stuff like that. So, and having those pay-per-views that were exclusive or like, having those pay-per-views that had both brands represented, it just made it have a bigger feel.
Especially when you had the interactions from, like, a SmackDown guy and a Raw guy. You're like,
right, would never typically see each other,
Yeah.
I feel like WWE really needs that, and they're seeing what's happening with NXT and like how quickly they're developing stars. So I feel like they could do the same thing with Raw and SmackDown.
I could see that happening, especially with how NXT has been growing so popular with one time a week. And you gotta put that injury thing. These wrestlers are overworked. They wrestle every day. There's live shows in between the tape and recorded shows. They're wrestling every day. So I feel like
for all that travel to go to every single show, they need to they split up the roster.
I think a change is definitely coming. A change has to happen.
Do you think it's going to be implemented after WrestleMania, or do you think they're going to kind of wait longer?
I think after Mania, it's a fresh season. It's always a new season after Mania because the whole year, like WWE doesn't work on a traditional calendar. They work by WrestleMania till the next WrestleMania. That's their plans. That's how they run. That's how their schedule goes, their calendar. So I feel like after Mania this year is a new season. It's fresh.
Let's bring back the draft.
Yeah.
I feel like if they do the brand split, we need general managers again. So that's why I thought like Shane McMahon winning could be the GM of Raw. And then have somebody own SmackDown.
He's not winning, though. There's no way in hell.
We'll see. I don't know. I kind of have faith in Shane to win this.
No, I don't see it. I will bet my bottom dollar Undertaker is not going to lose to a non-wrestler. There's no way. I don't give a fuck if it's Shane McMahon. I don't care if it's God himself. Undertaker's not going to lose to a non-wrestler at WrestleMania.
Hey, we said this about Brock Lesnar, too.
Well, Brock Lesnar's more worthy of it. Because at that point, you didn't think anybody was going to beat The Undertaker. But
True.
At this point, I'm like, no. I don't see it happening.
Unless there's some, like, swerve. But then again, like, if Shane doesn't win this, what's going to happen with him?
I don't know.
Like, is he going to kind of find some swerve in the contract and still make his way in? I don't know.
I just love that it's not predictable. And
I love that finally in Mania season we're going into the storylines not knowing what's going to happen.
Exactly. So that I'm happy that I have no idea. I'm glad that I don't know where they're going to go. I'm glad that I don't have an idea on what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I really don't know. But if I'm a betting man, I would say The Undertaker is going to win. That's it. That's just me being logical. Like,
yeah, I can see where you're coming from. But listeners, what do you guys think? Like, do you think Shane's going to take it? Do you think Undertaker? Let us know down in the comments.
I mean, regardless, if Shane wins or loses, the change is coming. Because they mentioned it on TV. Once it's mentioned on TV, then you know, all right, it's in the books. It's going to happen.
Like you mentioned earlier, like, the seed is planted. So it's just time for it to sprout. And I feel like this may be a slow burn, you know?
Also, before we move on to the next topic, I just want to give a quick shout out to that Paige and Naomi match on Superstars. Did you watch
main
that
event?
match?
Sorry.
Oh, was it main event?
Yes, Foxy and Summer had their match on Superstars.
Did you watch Paige and Naomi?
Naomi? Hell yeah, I did.
That fucking match was amazing.
Great match. A listener actually DM'd me on Twitter about it, and he's like, "You guys, I'm so excited for you guys to cover that." So I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, it was so good. I want to give a shout out to Naomi because I feel like I don't give her enough light. She's been on a fucking roll ever since her Fastlane match. And Tamina, shout out to fucking Tamina because
Tamina too. Tamina doesn't get nearly enough credit as
her and Naomi are fucking killing it. Every time they're out there and they have their little spots to do.
Do you remember Tamina on the outside sitting on the staircase
when her legs crossed? Yeah, I loved it. Tamina's so great. She's a great character. She's a good muscle, and
she's a great person too. Like, so, just a quick shout out. I watched her on Xavier Woods' Up Down Down. They played like, I don't know. It wasn't Mortal Kombat. I think it was like an old Street Fighter game.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, like, she's just such a funny person. Like, Kofi was in there too, and like, I don't know. She's just such, like, I love Tammy.
I love her too. And I just wanted to mention that. And shout out to Paige. That was an awesome match. And
they had great chemistry, both of them. And I love Naomi's, like, speedy little kicks that she's now incorporating into her moveset.
And Naomi has pinned 2 former Divas champions. So she's on a fucking roll. And I just want to shout her out. Like, she's just been doing the damn thing. So all the nail mob, whatever they're called.
I think they're called the nail mob.
Shout out to them. Your girl is doing it. She is doing it. She's doing the damn thing. And I'm here for Naomi. I'm fucking all the way here for Naomi.
She's one of my favorite divas, really.
She's fun to watch. She's so entertaining. She's fun to watch, especially in the
She's fun to look at, too. Like, she's always so bright and colorful. Like, I love how... That's another one of those girls that I love how she keeps switching up her outfits. But, like, I feel like she has more... Maybe a better... I don't know.
Maybe I'm too harsh on her mic skills because I just enjoy her so much in the ring that I want it to match. You
and that's the thing, like, and I've always kind of, like,
hard on her with that.
Contradict you with that, because, like, her backstage segments we've seen, like, when she and Tamina attacked Naomi, and then before Fastlane, like, she's been on the ball lately. I think the last time she was kind of off was the Team Bad breakdown, like
that in-ring segment.
It was just kind of soft, but I don't know if that's kind of what they were wanting to go for. Like, they were all friends still, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she delivered as well.
I feel like Naomi delivers better when she's angry on the mic.
Yes, like, you say this is house, we're about to clean house. Like,
I love that segment.
Like, I love that. Like, that's the Naomi. I like it when she speaks with that fire.
Because it's like that, and it's like it's real. Like, she's pissed off because it's like how talented she is and how much dedication and how much time she's spent in this, and she still hasn't held that title.
It's you know what? She needs to keep it going with this whole little attitude that she has going on, the sassiness, the viciousness. She needs to keep it going. She needs to keep it sassy, and she needs to be consistent on that mic. That's why I always come back to Naomi. Stay consistent, girl. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Because Naomi cannot afford a misstep because it will take her 10 steps back.
Look at what happened to Cameron.
Yeah, not only like it's because she's a black woman. They're not gonna look at her like how they're gonna look at the other divas. They're not. They feel like she's not marketable. Like they don't have other black little girls that look up to Naomi and love her. Like they're like, oh, that she looks like me. I relate to her. Why isn't she champion? That's why Naomi gotta stay consistent. She gotta stay on top of her game, and she gotta keep going. And she messes up once. Oh, see, she couldn't do it. He gave her a chance. That's it. That's how they see it with Naomi.
And it's just so sad because other girls, like
the Bella twins.
I'm not shading the Bellas, but if they
true.
mess up, they're like, well...
It's all right. They're still the face of the company, so whatever.
They're learning.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch.
It's like they get the okay, because, but with Naomi, the only reason why she hasn't been on... If Naomi looked like Kelly, she would have been, right now, 5-time Divas champion.
Oh, she would have made history by now.
It would be everything if she looked like Kelly.
Did you see my GIF I sent in the group chat?
No.
It's Naomi.
You just sent it now?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. I'm just saying, like, it's just ridiculous. Oh, yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah.
I love her. But even the gear, like, everything with Naomi's on point.
I know, the gear's great. I'm loving the little bad armbands that she's got. And that's why I think she's not going to be left out of WrestleMania. Definitely.
I mean, if it's going to be that second Divas match, I think, like, Naomi has earned a spot in that match.
Definitely.
With her work that she's done this year.
Hey, why don't we get a Diva Gauntlet match or something?
I want something new. I don't want a basic 4 Diva tag match. I really don't.
Well, a Gauntlet's different.
A Gauntlet? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that I would go
for. I thought you were like, a Gauntlet.
No, like, I would like a Gauntlet match. That I would go for. Or a 6-pack challenge. Something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want...
What if they give us a Battle Royal?
If it's like the Battle Royal on NXT, I'm here for it.
Yeah, that was fun.
They
need to just have story. It can't be a rushed Battle Royal. Yeah. But I feel like it will be because it's probably going to be a Mania pre-show.
It's at WrestleMania. Of course it's going to be rushed. That's why... If they're gonna do a battle royal, it gotta be like the NXT Women's Battle Royal because that was the best Women's Battle Royal I ever seen WWE produce.
Oh, I've seen better.
Where? Name
the Eddie Guerrero Memorial Battle Royal.
That was better than the NXT one?
Hell yes, it was. That's my favorite Divas Battle Royal.
Bye.
Girl, I know lines from fucking Jerry Lawler from that match. Are you kidding me?
Girl.
Oh, Candice. I want to know more about Candice. Her hopes and dreams. Maybe her phone.
All right, tell me who was in this match.
In the match? Oh, they had everybody in there.
They had Candice Michelle, who didn't know how to wrestle. They had Maria Kanellis, who didn't know how to wrestle. They had Ashley.
Let me finish here.
Go ahead.
They had Ashley, who was basic as hell, who just came off the Diva Search. They had Crazy Mickie James. They had Trish Stratus, who was the women's champion.
Okay.
They had Victoria. Tori Wilson was nowhere to be found at this time for some reason. Candice Michelle was in there. They had Jillian Hall with the growth, so she had the mask on. They had Christy Hemme, which was one of my favorites. And they had Maria.
Can't wrestle.
And Melina.
And that's when Maria started to start wrestling. So...
Granted, yeah, they're not.
That was better, Nick. That was better than
the spots
Oscar
in that match. I feel like
Emma. Oh, girl, bye.
You go watch that match again.
Bye.
Listeners, you guys better come to my defense because that is like
ain't
such a fun Divas Battle Royal.
That is blasphemy. They should take your head. How dare you? Really? A match involving Ashley Mazzaro, Maria Kanellis.
Yes, granted, those girls were horrible in the ring.
Hemme.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how the storylines produced. Look at that NXT Battle Royal.
With Maria being the final
girls
3?
Were horrible in the ring, you know?
What?
Liv Morgan can't wrestle. Eva Marie, granted, didn't do much in the match.
I know, but the story placement
I know, that's what I'm saying. The story in this Battle Royal that I'm referring to had story behind it. You kidding me?
I'm going to rewatch this tonight.
Rewatch it. Maria was fucking hilarious. It was in her dumb ditzy days, so she didn't wrestle. She just stood up and to the corner and waited for opportune moments to take people out.
It was good, but it wasn't better than the NXT one.
I think so.
Nah.
Yeah.
You're tripping. I don't know what they got in that Canadian weed. I really don't. You are tripping.
I don't know, listeners. You'll have to let us know because maybe I am tripping.
He's tripping. He's tripping, guys. Damn, you just threw me off. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Let's move on. Good thing I got the list then, bitch. Let's move on to the special, like the network special that's coming up March 12th. Roadblock. So I guess it's gonna be Dean Ambrose and Triple H. But I want to know, like, I just want to talk about like potential divas for this. What do you think will happen here?
Interesting.
Because remember, the last special was the Japan special. We had the triple threat divas title match. So
yeah,
which was out of nowhere.
Gee, I really don't know, and that's a good problem to have. It's a good issue to have. I feel like the diva spot shouldn't go to Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha. I think it maybe the Brie, Bella, and Lana, or maybe something with Naomi.
Okay. I agree with that, unless they postpone the final number one contender match at this.
Yeah.
So, but that's the only other way I could see it, because I want to see the other girls. I want to see Summer really do something.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know if you've seen some of her matches since she's been back, but, like, she's like, we're getting more consistent in the ring, and I'm really liking that. So.
I didn't see her match with Foxy.
Her and Foxy had a really good match, and like she just like ripped Foxy a new one on the mic before she started the match. I
also didn't see Foxy and Natty. I want to see those two matches.
Oh, when was that?
I guess like Foxy like did something to her nails. Like Foxy stepped on.
Oh yeah, she's like, do you know how much I paid for these? $10.
I thought she said $30.
Oh no, yeah, $30.
Yeah, I saw the gifs, but I don't know.
That was a fun match too.
Maybe something with Natty. Natty did get attacked by Team Bad on SmackDown.
Oh girl, oh yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about way back in the day.
No, so maybe something with Naomi and Tamina and Foxy. No, Natty and maybe Brie, and then we can have Lana get involved or something.
I don't know.
I really don't know. Like that's a good problem to have. I don't know where they're gonna go. And
maybe they could just do Natty and Brie versus Tamina and Naomi.
Yeah,
do a tag and then have Lana come down and interrupt and then align herself with Naomi and Tamina. Boom.
Actually, like have her like distract her. Like maybe do her little twirl on the stage.
Have her music come on.
Yeah, just have her music playing and have Brie like look, and then when she turns around, bam, rear view. Naomi gets the pinfall, and then they super kick Natty, and then she walks out there with the girls or something. I don't know.
Raises their hands or something.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting.
It could be like her bidding, like they're going to beat her down. But then I feel like that would diminish Naomi's little push. I don't know. I like how Naomi's running around like a bad bitch.
Or maybe they could like tease more about the Lana and Naomi pairing after that, so she could be upstage, and then like Naomi can have her moment after taking the win, and then look up at her and kind of be like, all right.
Or maybe she could give Lana the rear view too, and walk out like I don't need her. She's like, what the hell is she here for? I didn't need her.
Bitch, I don't need this white girl.
Like for real. I can't. Another thing I want to mention, I know I'm such an Naomi high.
We're all over the place, but that's okay.
When Naomi reaches out to snatch that hair and before she runs out to the turnbuckles to snatch, I love that. I fucking love the little, like I say, she listens to her fans, and I appreciate
snatches them.
I appreciate that shit. The snatching, like she incorporated that into her wrestling. I appreciate it's the little things that I love in a character, and that's what Naomi is giving me. And I'm here for it. Like, when she just reaches over and just snatches that hair. I love how she's so dramatic with it, too. Like, she puts her head back before she snatches.
Yes, and she's, like, just so angry with it. And sometimes she'll be like, get back here!
I love it. I don't... Naomi, she needs to be number one on our ranking this week because...
Oh, yeah. You know what? She maybe even be our cover girl this week.
She just slayed on Raw. She's been slaying. Period.
She's been slaying consistently.
Yeah, she's been on point. And that's why I said I want Naomi to be consistent. I want her to be consistent, and she has been consistent. That's why I'm not the back and forth. Like, if you're doing good, I'll say you're doing good. If you're shit in the bed, you're shit in the bed. And Naomi, she's shining. She's shine, and it's hard to shine around Sasha Banks and the Becky Lynch feud that's going on right now.
It is.
As much as
Charlotte is running around as champion too, with Ric Flair there, like it's hard to get a lot of spotlight.
As much as I love that feud, I'm loving Naomi. Like, she's still relevant in my eyes. Still relevant.
Same with me.
And I got my eye on her. I'm like, this is the dark horse over here. That's why I said they're getting something ready for Naomi.
How great would it be for Naomi to pick up a win at Mania?
It would be great.
In whatever this match will end up being.
Or we could have her and Natty in a one-on-one at WrestleMania, because they did attack Natty at SmackDown last week. I wouldn't be mad. I just don't think we're getting that one-on-one like you're hoping. I need a one-on-one.
I know, but I think we're lucky we're even getting this triple threat match. You know.
I don't know. I need something. The girls are talented. It's a good problem to have. So
it is, definitely. But let's move on. Any final says for Raw before we move on to Lucha?
Stephanie did an amazing job on her promo.
Oh, yes, that's right. She ripped the crowd and Shane a new one. Like, she's going to be on our power ranking this week for sure.
And she looked cute as hell. I loved it. I loved how she mentioned her children. She's like, oh, my daughters? You're not going to think about my daughters? Yes. I was like, yeah, Stephanie, you better come for fucking Shane. He hasn't been here. And
he's like, why would he get it? Is it because he's a man?
Yeah, I love that. I'm Team Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm Team Stephanie, too. I'm like, hell yeah, Stephanie, you convinced me.
Hell no, Stephanie's been here for us. So I'm with my girl. And, I loved how she called him out. She called him out on the kids thing, and then she says that he's like absent. He was there. That she's run this company, and now
turning the fans like, oh, you're cheering for him. He hasn't been here for 7 years. He doesn't care about you.
She's like, I've been here. I've kept the lights on. Like, I love.
She was losing her voice towards the end of it.
She was on fire. She was ready to. She dropped the pipe bomb. She was on.
That's
fire.
one of my. Yeah, that's a Stephanie pipe bomb for sure.
Yeah, it was good. Good. Like we just had to make a mention for Stephanie. I loved it. It was very Paul Heyman-ish. I loved it.
Yes. I like how she started she's like, can you please show me the respect? And she started out her speech and they just kept booing her.
Yeah, they were like,
chanting for her brother.
She's like, you want to cheer Shane O'Mac?
Like, flings the
like,
pants.
fuck that. I loved it. And you know what? Like me, once again, I'm a nerd. I pay attention. I saw her wearing boots. So I was like, is somebody going to come out and smack her? Is Melissa going to pop out, Shane's wife? I was like, what's going on?
Marissa coming down.
Yeah, Marissa. I was like, what is going to happen? Because she was wearing cowboy boots. But then again, I'm like, oh, they're in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall.
It was so funny, though. Shout out for you, Steffi.
It was a great segment. It was a great night for Divas.
It was. It really was. The rest of the show was less desirable.
Ugh, Big Show and Kevin Owens, so aggravating.
I skipped it. And I love Kevin Owens.
And quickly, what the fuck? AJ Styles and Jericho tag team at WrestleMania?
Why do AJ?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Do you think they're not? I think they're going to probably take those belts.
Are they feuding with New Day?
Yeah.
Why?
No clue.
No,
I think it's
Jericho's going to turn on him.
Jericho made fun of New Day a while ago.
Oh, yeah, when he called them, whatever, the hanky-panky or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
There's no way. There's no way it's going to be a tag match at Mania.
It is. That's the direction they're going. They want a match at WrestleMania with them.
Have they said it?
Yes, they've said it because they beat them on SmackDown and they beat them on Raw this week.
Has the match been confirmed, like, on the card?
Not on the card yet.
All right, Jericho's going to turn on AJ Styles. This is them getting us back into wanting to see them wrestle again. It has to be.
You want to see them wrestle at Mania for the fourth
now that
time?
we're getting... All right, they had their respected matches. Like, all right, I got you. You
got to the rubber match. It was good.
Yeah, we had our great matches. Because they were great matches. Now, I want it to be, like, personal. Like, oh, you stabbed me in the back, you son of a bitch. And Jericho will bring that match out. And so will AJ Styles, because they're both fucking talented. These two need to go up against each other and let them do the match however they want to fucking do it. Like, almost like that Shawn Michaels and Jericho feud. That was fucking amazing.
Oh, that was really fun.
I feel like they can have that moment again. I feel like this is WWE planning their season once again. Because, come on, really? New Day and somebody who's not really a tag? Like, no. Like, you've just established, like,
he just keeps saying, though, like, we're a team, like, we're together, blah, blah, blah.
But then again, you think, who else? You know, like...
Who else could go up against the tag team?
Yeah, like, I don't want the Usos.
I don't want to see the Dudleys. Like, they're now heels or whatever. But they're just boring. They're like, we're not bringing out the table anymore. It's like, bitches, that was the only entertaining thing about you. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't see this tag match happening at Mania. I don't see it. I guess
we'll really find out more probably next week. Because really, we only have Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose in a street fight. And we have Roman Reigns versus Triple H, and then we have Shane versus The Undertaker.
And
those are the only
Charlotte.
3 matches announced. And a Divas match.
So, I really don't think Jericho is going to come out of retirement for a tag match at WrestleMania. I don't. Like,
how many times has he been tag champion? Is it like, does he want to set a record again or something?
If you listen to his podcast and you listen to how he talks, Jericho has mad pull. He's not doing stupid shit in WWE. And there's no way in hell he's going in for a tag match with AJ Styles. I mean,
maybe he's going to put New Day over more. I don't know.
No, there's no fucking way Jericho's going to do it. I don't believe it.
We'll see. I hope your prediction's right. Because the Y2AJ thing is...
That's kind of scaring me. I'm a little worried.
Because they have their name?
I'd rather have the match between the two of them. Because, like, announcing, like, WrestleMania. Alright, how many weeks do we have until Mania?
Shit.
Mania's what?
I think it's like 34 days or something.
Yeah, there's more than enough time for them to have that feud to pop up.
Maybe he can turn on him. You know what? Maybe they could get a tag team title match at this Roadblock or whatever.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Jericho, and then they lose or whatever, and then Jericho, because he's been showing a lot of like heel signs every once in a while, right? So then he could just like turn and like beat the shit out of AJ, be like, "You cost me this, I hate you," blah blah blah. So that would be fun. I could see that.
So and then we go to Intercontinental title with Kevin Owens. I hope it's not Ziggler. I really don't.
They've been doing like Ziggler Miz stuff too. Like,
I'm glad that the Miz beat Ziggler. So glad.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that Miz is getting more exposure and some wins and stuff. I like Miz.
I love Miz. I love him as a character.
Maybe they'll do like a 4-way, because unfortunately Ryback's getting this weird push now too.
Alright, let's move on. I don't really want to
I know. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Lucha Underground.
Woo!
Lucha. I'm so excited. So, you want to talk about the episode, or do you want to talk about this Catrina interview from Afterbuzz?
I want to talk about how when Pentagon Jr. put his hands on Catrina, I loved that fucking scene.
She talked about that, but yeah, let's talk about the show first, okay?
Alright.
So, how do we start the show off?
I don't know. It was like last week, so I'm really like foggy with it. But what I will say, shout out to Cobra Moon.
Ooh, Cobra Moon Rosa.
She followed us on an official Twitter account, and she showed us mad freaking love because we show her love, and we love her here on TPP.
We do, and I'm so excited to see Cobra Moon more on Lucha Underground. Like, such a unique gimmick.
Yes, and now we see exactly that Melina was fired for behavioral issues because they quickly replaced her with Taya. And
Taya.
Taya, I'm sorry, Taya. I love her.
I do too. We'll get into her later on. But so, we start off the show, I think it was King Cuerno versus Killshot, which are two of my favorites.
I love Killshot. Oh my god, that match was amazing.
Amazing. Killshot is such a fucking incredible worker. Like, guys, if you're not Lucha watchers, what are you doing? Like, go and watch Lucha. Come on.
Remember that part in the match when King Cuerno was coming off the rope and then he tried to flip over and Killshot just went down and still kicked him in the head as he was flipping?
Oh, yeah.
That was... I've never seen anything like this. Like, Lucha, they be doing these moves that you've never seen before.
Oh, or when he did the moonsault and then he drop kicked him midair with it.
Oh. It's crazy. It's brutal. I'm like, damn, their insurance must be A+.
I know. I'm like,
they be doing crazy things.
They're just like fire cannons. But anyway, King Cuerno picks up the win. He's going to go for the Thrill of the Kill, which is that new like pile driver that he does.
Yeah.
But anyway, Phoenix comes down for the save, which is another one of my favorites. So that's setting up for their match. We'll talk about what happens with him and Catrina now. So since he is the Gift of the Gods champion, he has an opportunity to cash that in to challenge Mil Muentes, who is the world heavyweight champion. But since his arms broke from Pentagon, Catrina and him like made a deal, and that's how he got the championship in the first place. But he's like, I am tired of being hunted. I'm the hunter. I'm doing this. I'm going to cash this in. And she's like, I don't think you are. Because you are defending your title next week in a ladder match against Phoenix. So I just love the control of Catrina that she has. And so it's just, I'll get into her a lot more later. But that match was amazing. Such a great opener.
Flawless.
And then we go on to, I think it was, was it Jack Evans versus the Darewolf?
Jack
DJ Black?
Yeah, Jack Evans picked up the win. That was a fun match, too.
Fun match. They got great chemistry. I'm really liking this little mini Jack Evans push. And they're like, he's calling himself the Dragon Slayer because he beat Drago the other week. So
Drago came out mid-match and he tried to spit like that mace in his face.
Oh my god!
But he caught PJ and
he didn't give a fuck though.
The Dragon Slayer went over, and I like him. He's like a modern version of the Brian Kendrick. That's who he reminds me of. He's very fun to watch. He's so arrogant and tiny, but
he's very athletic too.
He's so great on the mic too. He's so easy to hate, so I love it.
I'm really excited to see because him and Angelico are tag team partners, like in Mexico here and there. Mm-hmm. So they've held championships in Lucha Libre AAA. So I'd like to see maybe down the line, because I know like the trios tag team, like they are on point right now. But I'd like to see maybe them mix it up or tag team together, or Angelico go heel with him down the line.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But I'm super excited to see Drago, and I love that mask that he had on. He had a similar one. I've been watching a lot of like Lucha Libre, like Mexican stuff. With all of these characters that are from Lucha Underground. So it's just interesting to see some of their other matches and some other characters that may be brought up. But yeah, that was a really fun match. We go to Catrina backstage with Pentagon Jr. So she's like walking by the ring, and Pentagon's like screaming at her. He wants a match with Prince Puma, I believe. Mm-hmm. And she says that he has a match next week against... It's been a while, sorry listeners. Anyway, he has a match. He is not happy with that, and he tries to break Catrina's arm. So they like have this cool little transition, and they're like, Catrina does this full backflip in her heels and like gets out of it, and then he gets her in the armbar, and then she just like uses her mysterious powers to just disappear and to go into the corner, which I just thought this whole segment was so cool.
You know what I loved about the segment is while she was having her conversation with him before he got physical with her, she was just teleporting everywhere because she's a spirit. She's a ghost. Yes. She can appear anywhere. So I loved how she was like, she'll appear at the end of the ring, and then she appeared at the turnbuckle, and then she appeared by the ropes, and then she finally got into the ring, and that's when he caught her, and I was like, yes!
He snatched her.
He snatched her, and then like he's trying to get her in there, she's doing the backflip, she's fighting out of it, she's kicking him, and then he gets her down, he's about to rip her arm off, and poof, she vanishes again.
Oh, that little smile before when she bites her lip, she's like, you think you're gonna get me, bitch.
She gets into the corner, and then after she reads him, and like, you're not getting this, man, and then she disappears again, and she's walking away, and she goes, and you're gonna pay for putting your hands on me. I loved how she told him, this is what's going on, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da-da. And then when she was getting ready to leave, she's like, oh, and by the way, you're gonna pay for that. And I was like, yes, he better.
And that's the thing, like, I'm gonna talk about this, like, Afterbuzz interview real quick, like, because she mentions this segment and how it was being filmed, and she just thinks she came together with this whole Catrina character as well. Like, they gave her a paragraph of what they wanted, this mysterious kind of sexual woman, and she came up with all the lick of death, the stone, everything, this like kind of spirit transitioning. Like, nobody really knows how old Catrina is too, so there's like, I don't know, I'm so excited. Like, she's my favorite character from Lucha Underground.
She could be 100 years old. She's a spirit. She's a spirit. Like,
I think she is, because they made a mention that I need to watch it back, because she says everything that you see on Lucha, it's there for a reason. So, like, with Dario Cueto with that Red Bull, that backstory behind that. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the Red Bull that he's carried around everywhere. I guess it was the weapon that they used to kill his mother. His brother used it. His brother
killed him, and like we find out his kind of backstory, and like his mom was really abusive with him, and like he had enough one day, and she chased him around the house with a hot iron, and then his brother hit her in the back of the head and just kept beating her, and then like. And Black Lotus was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And he's like, don't be, because that was the day that I found my love for violence. And I was like, holy fuck, this is getting dark.
I love it. I fucking love it.
I love it too. But anyways, go back to Catrina. She's just so interesting with how she incorporated this. So listeners, I definitely suggest, I'm not going to say the whole interview, but she really dives deep into Lucha and her time in WWE as being Maxine, and what like she missed the opportunities that she could have had there, but now that she's here in Lucha, she's getting the best of both worlds. And she also said that she is getting a lot of acting opportunities because of Lucha. She got a read for Gotham. She read for Orange is the New Black twice. Oh, wow. Yeah, so she's getting a lot of these big offers, so it's only a matter of time before we see Catrina.
Well, she's on a big network. El Rey Network is owned by some huge major network. I forget what it's called. But they have connections, so I'm sure like there's people out there, agents watching, and they're like, "Oh my god, we like her," because it's not a wrestling show; it's based off a television show. They don't.
Yeah, she says this is a television show with wrestling in it.
Yeah. I'm excited.
But it's not the main story behind it, which I think is so cool.
I'm excited to listen to this interview. I'm gonna listen to it
and
at the gym later.
she really makes mention. Throw some shade at WWE. She says, "I feel like in our industry
don't
right
tell me
now."
The shade. Don't tell me the shade. I want to be surprised.
Okay.
I want to. You know, I love her. I love Carly.
She's so real with this.
And like I was a little when she left WWE, I was a little bummed. I was mad at her because she was becoming one of my favorite divas. She really was becoming. I loved her theme song. I loved how she carried herself. And when she got her push and she started wrestling on SmackDown and on Raw, but it was like random matches. Like, when are they ever going to do something with her? And then she just quit. I was so pissed. I was like, come on, girl. Like, why would you quit? You remember? I was upset. When
she talks about that too. She talks about like Dusty Rhodes as well. Like, I'm not going to spoil nothing. But you go and listen to it, honey, because it is amazing.
We'll talk about it later. I'm going to listen to it at the gym.
Yes. But anyways, let's go back to Lucha. So, like we mentioned with the kind of Dario Cueto backstory, so he's still, like, feeding people to his brother and kind of, like, training him, I guess, essentially, to get back before they go back to the temples, which I find really interesting.
I think it's going to be his brother that's going to take down Catrina and Mil Muertes.
Ooh, so his brother will maybe take down Mil?
I can't wait.
That's the thing with Catrina, though. Like, how are you going to take her down?
Black Lotus.
Ooh. And they've also been, like, building some stuff with her and Ivelisse. She's like, one day I'm going to get my hands on you.
Yeah, I can't wait until those two really... but I think...
Because last season she knocked the bitch out with the stone, so...
Yeah. I think someday, though, they're going to work together. They are, because they're kind of, like, playful with each other when they see each other. Like, that backstage scene from last week was everything. So, well, if it isn't the baddest bitch. I was like, yes, Catrina, read her. I love Catrina. She's one of my favorite characters in the wrestling industry right now. Like,
me too.
I love it. It's so innovative. I love it.
She is probably the most creative female talent that I have seen in the wrestling industry in a very long time.
Well, it's because she's allowed. I'm sure
she is. She's allowed. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of other divas, women in the business, can come up with something really cool if they're allowed.
I guess that's true. I guess the most creative woman I have seen in wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
And, in the wrestling industry, character-wise, like, and knowing that she implemented and put all of these things in it herself, like, I just, like, props to you, girl.
It's cool because I was listening to somebody's interview. I want to say I think it was Johnny Nitro or Johnny Mundo. And he was talking about how on Lucha Ground that they like to hear their ideas. They want. Yeah,
they work together with the creative.
They work together, and they said, like, in the ring, how the matches are put together is all the wrestlers. The wrestlers put the matches together. There's no agents. There's no this, no that. They put together their own stuff. So, but that's
amazing.
The backstage stuff, that's when they're really, like, on them because it's a TV show,
right?
And that's the producers of the show. They're more focused on this vignettes because that's what they know. This is not.
Sorry to cut you off. Speaking of vignettes, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of this undercover cop little storyline going on with Joey Ryan and Bale?
That is so innovative. Like, really, an undercover cop wrestling. Like, hello, money. I love that. I
love that because he's going undercover to find out the murders. Yeah, like Dario Cueto murder. Oh, he didn't murder. Black Lotus murdered that. Dragon L's Tekka or something.
So I think that she's gonna get involved with. I don't know, guys. We can put over Lucha Underground.
We can put it over all day.
But let's talk about that main event.
Let's just talk about the last match. With Johnny Mundo and Cage. They're some of my two favorites as well.
Love it.
Cage for a big man is so athletic. My God.
That finisher is everything.
Pardon?
His finisher is everything.
Oh my God! Yes.
I love it. What is it called? The X style or something like?
Oh, I have to watch it back again.
Oh my God, it's
so good. Cool. But anyway, Taya makes her Lucha Underground debut. She comes down and distracts Cage, and then Johnny Mundo picks up the win. She gets to the ring. They give a little stomping, and then she does the running knees into the corner, which she does in Lucha, like, in Mexico a lot too. So since I knew she was coming to Lucha Underground because I got spoiled online, I didn't know how she's going to be implemented or anything. So I went and started watching some of her stuff, and she's been a tag team partner with Sexy Star numerous times. Like, Sexy Star is a heel over in Mexico, which I found interesting. So like, she's a really good worker, and she's kind of bring like a lot of sex appeal and kind of like some fun when she comes to the ring. But like, God, like, definitely recommend watching some of her stuff. With there's another Canadian luchador there called Jennifer Blake, which I hope gets picked up by Lucha down the line because she's worked with her as well and like some of the other guys, and she's really good. So, and like Fabi Apache, there's a whole bunch of women down there.
With Taya, you know what I really like about her is like when she did those double knees in the ring. I loved how she sized him up and measured him first. Like,
yes, she does that little like slide into the corner.
I love that. Like, to me, it's always the little things. It's all about it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's how you deliver it. Like, you could do anything in wrestling, but it's all about the delivery.
It's like their presence while they're doing it, you know?
It's your mannerism. It's how your stance. It's how you deliver it. So I love how she walked to the corner and then she just slides down on one knee and then she did like a little measure up with her hands and she just ran in and hit him with the knees. And you know what? I'm glad that they brought her in and they sidelined Melina because clearly this was a role for Melina.
Oh, easily.
Clearly.
And you know how I was trying to hold on to the very end a couple episodes ago and be like, Melina's still there, please.
You know what? It's done. Melina,
you shit the bed, Melina.
I'm a firm believer that she is hard to work with.
Do you know something?
Bitchy. What?
Do you think we should put Melina in the river?
She hasn't done anything like...
She's been causing a lot of shit lately. Like with us.
I think it would be unfair to put her in the river.
Yeah, that's true.
But, if she carries on, I wouldn't even hesitate. Because I love Melina the character. My favorite WWE diva to walk in through the curtains back in the day was Melina. Loved her. Melina the character is everything. Till this day, that is a damn good character. Till this day, Melina was a good character. But I don't like Melina the person. I don't like her. Sorry.
Apparently a lot of other people don't.
She's fake as hell. She's faker than a $3 bill, and I see right through it. Like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Not everybody is a liar. And Melina's telling the truth. No, everybody found it hard to work with this woman. And then you're going to go down to Lucha Underground. They're going to get rid of you and replace you with this girl who's fairly unknown. Like, more people know of the name Melina than the Taya.
Oh, girl. Yeah. Taya was trained by Lance Storm, and then she went down to Mexico and made a name for herself in their promotions. But she hasn't really been anywhere else.
No. So Melina's more well-known. And she's a bigger brand.
A bigger draw.
Yeah, she's a way bigger draw. So for Lucha Underground to let her go, there must have been some serious issues. So Melina, I don't believe a word that comes out of that gap of yours. I really don't. I don't believe it. She's a liar. She causes trouble. She's manipulative, and I believe everything that's been said about her. I believe
I'm starting to.
I believe it. You're going to go on Jim Ross's podcast, right? And you're going to sit there and tell me you don't remember anything?
She shot herself in the foot with that one.
That was the worst interview
That was her opportunity to own up.
Own up to everything. I would have respected her more if she came in, because this bitch did this. This is why I reacted that way.
That's why I got pissed off.
Yeah, that's why I threw Brooke Adams out of the locker room. Don't wear my fucking fur boots. Like, that's my thing. And then she's going to go say that Brooke Adams lied about that? Brooke Adams did not lie. That was true. That's why she got fired. Because
you know what's really ironic about that?
What?
This Taya girl has, like...
The fur boots.
The fur boots and just, like, a really similar cut with her outfits.
Yeah. So...
That's why you get Melina.
So, I believe Brooke Adams. I believe Maria. Who else had... Michelle McCool. Kelly. I believe all of them with the drama with Melina. I believe every...
You remember that story when she got fired or whatever, and then she was, like, texting Natty that she was going to do a run-in or whatever, just joking, and Natty took it real serious and told everybody, and she got escorted out?
Because everybody was like, she probably would do it. She's fucking crazy. You know, like, tell me that bitch don't have crazy eyes. Melina has crazy eyes. You look on her Instagram, she looks nothing like the woman she looked like on TV. She's trying so hard to shed that black cloud over her head. But the thing is, girl, you are so fake. I see it through you. And everybody has something negative to say about this girl. And then she's gonna come. They said, "Oh, we let her go. She was hard to work with on Lucha Underground." No, that wasn't the case. They just felt like I did. In the fake baby talk, like I can't.
Yeah, her soft voice. It's like Melina.
Shut up. You know what I mean? Just shut the fuck up. If you're going to talk to me in baby talk, bitch, don't say anything at all. And this is coming from somebody who was a fan of yours. Like,
yeah, and that's the sad thing, you know? Like, we're huge fans of Melina, the wrestler, you know?
Yeah.
Her character, what she provided in the ring for entertainment value. But as a person, She's God, I'm agreeing and, like, just laughing with you right now.
And you know what? She'll never make it to the Hall of Fame. had she been respectful, had she done what she needed to do in the business, she was a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame.
Look at the women that she was surrounded with, too.
Yeah.
Mickey James, she'll be in the Hall of Fame down the line.
Yep.
Michelle McCool, definitely Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Beth Phoenix, definitely Hall of Fame. Melina?
No.
Nope.
No. She shot herself in the foot. And they're going to go on Jim Ross's podcast and feed me that bullshit. That's when I was just like, yo, I don't feel... I'm not... Remember when I listened to it, I was telling you guys, I was like, yo, I don't know how I feel about Melina.
You were so excited for it, too.
And I was super excited because I loved her. I couldn't wait to hear. And then she put out... Before that, she put out her fucking YouTube channel when she was talking about poops and farts. And
tacos and burritos and shit.
Yeah, I was like, really?
And she's like, I want to have a YouTube channel. I don't want to talk about wrestling. Bitch. This is about my personal, what I like to do with myself.
Oh
We're
my
like,
God, bitch. You're really I'm about to throw her ass in the river. That's all the shit that
I know. All this stuff coming up. I'm just thinking, we've had so much like animosity with this girl. And she fucked up a potential really good Lucha Underground storyline.
She did. She fucked it up because she was probably doing... You know what? That is grounds for fucking the river.
But now I'm thinking it's kind of contradicting because Lana shit the bed with her storyline.
Well, I agreed with Lana.
So much that we wouldn't put her on the river.
Well, no. I agreed with Lana. I was like, fuck that storyline up. Lana did not... Lana wants to be a fucking heel, period. She does not want to be a babyface.
She went into business for herself.
No, and you know what? Good for her. She stood up for herself. That's why I don't fault Lana at all. She did not want that role. She knows where she stands strong. She knows that heels are more popular. Obviously, that's why she got over We Want Lana, because people love a bad bitch. People are more engaged to it. So she's a smart woman for that. But back to Melina, girl. You've always been a bitch. You're still a bitch. And you're a fake bitch on social media. That's all I gotta say.
So maybe we'll talk to the listeners. What do you think?
Let her fuck up again.
It's kind of out of nowhere. This Melina dragging just went, but let us know. Do you think we should drag her all the way to the river, or maybe just like dump her in?
Nick, I think she'll fuck up again and she'll go in the river. I really do. I don't put it past her.
We're gonna have to wait. She'll probably make a fucking Twitter comment or something.
She almost should just fade away, just disappear. Like if you don't.
It's so sad though, because it's like.
Ugh, and then her look. She chops off her hair. I just can't.
She looks a mess.
She looks terrible. She looks like a girl.
She looks so old.
She looks like she caused so much trouble in her life that nobody wants to deal with her at this point.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like she's like that dog that bit people and you just gotta put it to sleep. You gotta put it to sleep. Like, just go away. Just go away. If you don't want to do anything with wrestling, delete your social media, okay?
Well, granted, like, I mean, she could still be a person outside wrestling.
Exactly.
But I just feel like, own up to your shit, girl, because it's been so many years and you've lied about it for so many years.
She's lied about everything.
Nobody even cares anymore at this point. Like, it's been, like, how many years since all that shit went down with Batista and all these other bitches?
We all know you banged Batista. Like, come on. She definitely banged him while she was dating Morrison. And then she wants to come and lie and say that this is not true, that's not true. Oh, I don't remember if his cock fell on me. No, I don't remember. Shut up. Shut up, Melina. Shut up.
Honest to God.
If she was more truthful, if she was real, like this is why I love Cameron. I love Cameron because she was on her social media. She was on Snapchat saying that the writers ain't shit. Fuck the writers. You know what I mean? She owns up to her shit. She's like, yeah, they ain't doing anything for me. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like she's not those words, but she was just like saying this is how I feel about the writers. And then she
was like saying the F word over her Snapchat and shit, like at the performance center and shit. So she's over it.
I like that she's truthful. And Melina's
kind of ballsy.
Melina's not. She lies and she's manipulative. And watching that girl Taya debut on Lucha Underground, just to bring us back on track.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to.
Watching her debut confirmed everything because at first when I saw her doing interviews with Johnny Mundo, and I was like, wait, are they gonna be paired together, or is this or are they just doing media together? That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know. But then when I saw her debut with him, I was like, Casa Sariado, case closed. Yup. She was a bitch, and they replaced her because why is this girl here? That was easily Melina's role.
Oh,
easily. So, Melina, shut the fuck up.
I love Taya, and I'm excited. And I also want to make a quick mention how they weren't associated themselves as a couple, you know? They weren't, like, glomming on each other. They didn't kiss. They didn't do anything. It's just kind of like an alliance with each other.
I know. I can't wait to see this direction. Like, what is this?
Like, why did she help him?
Yeah, what?
Because Lucha always has backstory, you know?
Yep.
So it's going to be like, oh, my crazy ex-girlfriend here? Throw some shade at Melina? Oh, God. But anyway, let's move on to some TNA. You want to talk TNA?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we'll talk about Lethal Lockdown, which happened last week. And I know the listeners have been bitching at us to talk about more TNA stuff, with what's going on with Raquel and what's going on with Maria and Gail Kim and everything. So,
what is going on with Raquel? Has she been on TNA?
I think she had one appearance. I put a gif out of her, but I think she was just like stalking Bobby Lashley. I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing with her. I know that she's doing a lot. She's wrestling a lot on the indie shows and stuff like that.
I think she's just like training herself to get mixed up with the knockouts, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe like develop herself as a character first.
I hope they drop this whole Bobby Lashley thing with her.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I hope they drop it and bring her back in a different role. Get her involved because she's pretty good in the ring. Like for a girl, pretty new.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of her stuff. So
she's more enjoyable than Rebel to watch because Rebel is very sloppy. She don't have good footwork.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of her. Like she's a pretty girl. Like character wise, I can maybe see something with her, but wrestling, I'm just like, ugh.
She's green. Like,
very green.
She doesn't spark anything for me. Not even like sometimes I like Rebel, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, her again.
I know. Sometimes I'm like,
very
she's looking cute, and then I'm like,
She's forgetful.
But I mean, granted, in the Lethal Lockdown, she did pretty good, I must say.
So here's my thing with the Lethal Lockdown. I didn't watch the match.
Oh, okay.
But I watched the backs because I don't get Pop TV, guys. So,
well, I don't either. You think I'm sitting around watching Pop TV for TNA?
But what I did watch is Maria was walking backstage and she ran into Gail Kim. And she threw some shade at Gail Kim, talking about how she needs to preserve this division and make it better, and she needs to follow her guidance because she is the gift and she's the miracles girl and this, that, and the third. And then Gail Kim said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up, lace up your boots. You got anything to say it in the ring, bitch."
She's like, "Bitch, if you want to help, join us tonight and take down the beautiful people." So you didn't see the match, though, eh?
But what I did watch is mid-match, Maria's number comes out. So Maria comes out, and I really liked that. I liked what they did. It intrigued me. I want to watch the match now. Maria came out, and she walked up to... She looked like she was going to step foot into the ring, and she just closed the gate and locked it up and then walked away. And left Gail Kim in there with the Dollhouse. So I like what they're doing with Maria and Gail Kim. I loved how they're teasing Maria getting into the ring. I really like that. And I can't wait to finally see the blow-off match between the two of them. And I heard that the Lethal Lockdown was a great match.
It was. It was a really fun match. Jade, of course, Jade is like one of the best workers they have there. Jade did.
So
she picked up the win. She did that pile driver to Gail Kim on top of a chair.
So Gail Kim and Velvet eliminated the other two girls?
No, I think all three of them stayed in it.
How do you win?
I think it's just... I don't think it's an elimination. I think it's just pinfall.
So Jade got the pinfall on
Gail after the whole Maria thing.
Oh, wow.
Maria was like, "Sorry, bye, bitch." And then, like, so she got beat up a little bit more. And then the Dollhouse double teamed. I don't know. I wasn't paying much attention to Velvet. But all I really remember is Jade hitting the pile driver with Gail on the chair. And she picked up the win. So I think now Jade is going to get, like, a title shot. Which is good. Like, I'm excited to see that.
Gail's still the champ, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't for the title or nothing.
They need to get that belt off of Gail Kim.
They don't know what to do with that belt, period. So
they need more women.
They need that belt on Maria.
Yes.
Really.
That's what they need.
Out of all of the women that they have there, granted, like I just said, Jade's a great worker, but no character, you know.
You gotta go to Maria.
Go to Maria.
I agree. Because
a Maria Gail Kim feud, I can get invested in.
Because Maria will bring the heat. She'll catch that heat quickly.
I mean, remember that little segment they had a couple weeks ago when, like, she was, like, kind of trashing her, and then Gail, like, grabbed her and was, like, yelling and screaming at her, and how scared Maria looked? Like, she's just, like, I don't know.
They're building it up.
I'm a fan of her.
They're building it up well. I give TNA that. The whole Maria and Gail feud, they're planting the seed. Everything's stacking up greatly. So I just can't wait to see the match when it finally happens. It's probably going to be at a pay-per-view. Should be.
Oh, probably.
Should it be on...
I was going to say, did TNA even have pay-per-views?
That's what I was just going to ask, too. Have they had a pay-per-view since moving over to this network? I don't
know.
so.
I thought Lethal Lockdown was a pay-per-view.
I guess they have their pay-per-views on the show now instead of doing pay-per-views because people don't really buy their pay-per-views.
Yeah, well, I would imagine. Who would? Like, who's going to pay $50 for a TNA pay-per-view? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they might as well... They should put it out there. And another thing, I guess that's all we have for TNA, right?
That's it.
Another thing, Women of Honor, let's go. Where are these matches?
I know. I'm tweeting them out tomorrow if I don't see a match.
I'm waiting for my Hanaya versus Mandy. Like,
I know.
What the
I was
fuck?
talking to Hanaya about that. I'm like, girl, I'm still waiting. She's like, me too. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, where the hell is the match?
Where are any of those matches? They taped 4 of them.
It's taking forever. It's getting.
But
annoying.
no, the last match we see is
that
what's her
swirl
face?
bitch.
I seen another match of hers actually. Who was she wrestling against? I think it was Beta Scott. I don't know what I was thinking watching this match.
What were you thinking?
But granted, she's not that bad of a worker.
It was
like
less of both evils, bitch. Like, you had 2 terrible bitches in the ring.
That's true.
I'm not even.
I guess that's what I noticed. I'm like, hey, she's not that bad. Like, the gimmick, everything, like how she's talking, the like going over for the juice and shit is a mess, total mess.
Oh my god!
But,
if I was a heel,
when she like sugars herself up, and she's like, you.
If I was a heel, I'd kick that juice right out of that fucking goal.
I would too, but wrestling wise, she's okay. Like, she's solid in the ring at best. That's it.
Basic bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, I'm not a fan of that girl. Good God, and I do not want to see her implemented in Women of Honor division anytime
Absolutely
soon.
not.
And I swear, if this fucking girl gets, like, poor Hanaya, if she ever has to work with her.
I want to see Taylor Hendricks. I want to see Hanaya. I want to see Mandy, Kelly Klein,
Deanna, if she gets back there.
Which one was that?
Deanna, the one
Deanna.
who
yeah.
NXT is looking at.
Yeah, I want to see Deanna, and I always forget Kimberly.
Kimberly, yeah.
That's who I want to see. That's who the women they should surround themselves around. That's the women that they should really focus on. Is that group of those 6.
Oh, speaking of women, remember Scarlett Bordeaux?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's training again. So.
I mean, she has a nice look, but, like, that's all I gotta say about her. Like,
I know, she's really a pretty girl, but, like, I seen her, like, interviews or whatever, backstage stuff, she's terrible.
Yeah, I never really, like, paid any mind to her, except that I like her hair color, that's it. Like,
yeah, she's a cute thing, but, like, if she's wrestling again, like, I think she's doing the ROH dojo, so.
Well, that's good for her.
Yeah, and I mean, Beta Scott, we know she's always going to be a character there, so. Mm-hmm. Oh, she just needs a repackaged gimmick.
Let's talk about a little bit of NXT before we go.
Yeah, let's wrap it up here.
Shout out to
last
Eva
week,
Marie.
our girls, our queens,
yes,
Nia Jax and Eva Marie,
yes,
in the main event, picking up the win over Bayley and Carmella.
Yes,
bitch, yes.
I'm so proud of even fucking Marie. Like,
she is killing it. I was very proud of her for like her selling. Like, let's give a shout out to this girl, because that was my main flaw with her. I was like, this girl, she's not taking the moves. She's just like going through the motion, like no selling, no emotion through her face, anything. But like, finally, the girl is like picking it up, like, and I think her working with Nia Jax too is really helping her too.
It's making
because Nia is very passionate with this business, and I feel like it's rubbing off more on Eva too. So.
I think Eva's passionate.
Oh, I do too, but I feel like it's just helping her more as well.
See,
having someone there with her, having a guidance, especially like a good friend of hers, you know.
Listen, I said this in the chat last week. Eva Marie is not your traditional WWE diva. She came into this business as a reality star. She popped off first as a reality star, and that's how people got to know her before she even attempted to even become a wrestler. Now that she had that whole hate on her. Oh, she's just a reality star. She just wants to be famous.
Eva can't wrestle.
But Eva also announced that when she was in that whole Total Divas casting, those women didn't know they were there for Total Divas. They thought they were coming in to become wrestlers.
Right.
But WWE picked up JoJo and Eva Marie and be like, yeah, you are going to become wrestlers, but you're going to be the rookie girls.
Like, they signed, 6 of the girls that were there?
Mm-hmm.
Was Kendall Sky, remember that girl? Was she part of that crew or no?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe it was
because I remembered,
her.
like, Devin Taylor.
Yeah, Veronica Lane.
Yeah.
JoJo, Lana, and Eva Marie.
Good group of girls, but I mean, you could see who survived.
Remember, we thought it was going to be the Diva search.
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah, like she popped off as a reality star, and then she transitioned into a wrestler, and NXT capitalized on that. They're like, you know what? All right, this girl, we getting her the training. Now it's what we're gonna do with her character, and what they're doing with her character is fucking flawless. She aligned herself with the biggest baddest bitch in NXT, which is Nia Jax. This is gonna be her muscle, and she cheats in the ring. She has the referees help her out with the pinfalls and stuff like that. She got inserted into a match because she's on Total Divas because WWE hires up, wanted her there. Nia Jax beat the shit out of Carmella and Bayley with all those leg drops, and then she tags Nia Jax to come in for the pinfall.
I love
the
that
main
the double leg drops and the tag and the crawl over for the pin. I'm like, yes,
exactly.
Snatch it.
And then the fans hated it. They're
Yes.
like, boo! Like, this is why Bayley always says that her favorite person to be in the ring with, not wrestle with, her favorite person to be in the ring with is Eva Marie, because that reaction that Eva Marie gets is in freaking insane. And I'm so fucking glad that she's finally embracing it, twirling, blowing kisses.
Yes, because it was like, I felt like it really got to her a couple of months ago, like years ago and stuff too, right? And that was our main issue. Like, girls, soak it up, enjoy it. Because every time she did an interview, she's like, well, as long as I'm getting some kind of reaction. But it wasn't like, yes, boo me, you know? No, but now it's like, finally.
It's like, give me it. Like, she'll encourage it. Like,
yeah, she's like, come on.
Because she learned. Because, Nick, she doesn't know the business. She doesn't know
that. Granted, she never watched wrestling.
No, she doesn't know the business. She didn't understand that them booing you is great. She didn't, but now that she's realizing it, she's learning the business. She's down at NXT. She's in her promo classes. She's showing up to all these classes. She's talking to all those guys down there, like Norman Smiley and all of them. Like, she's really good friends with him. And, like, they're all like...
Rob Taylor
is
another good one.
They're schooling her. They're schooling her, like, Eva, you're doing a great job. These people hate you. That's great. That's money. They're going to want to see you get beat up. They're going to want to see you get beaten.
I mean, remember when she was even, like, on Breaking Ground, when she was asking advice from Sami Zayn and everything.
Yeah, and he gave her great advice. He's like, the exclamation point. I love that little advice that he gave. He's like, you know, like, you're going to kick them again, and then you kick them again. He's like, it's like a story. This happened. Exclamation point, comma. I loved how he explained the storytelling that way, and I think that's what clicked with Eva Marie, because now, like you said, her selling has been on point, because she's just like, oh my god, I got punched. Oh, exclamation point.
Yeah.
She'll exaggerate her selling point. So,
hold in the stomach, like gasping for air. And when she was held down, she's like, Naya!
I love that. She's very vocal. She's like, Naya, help!
Help me!
Like, it's just amazing. Like, Eva, kudos to you. Like, we're giving you a lot of light, but Nia Jax, you are that bitch.
You're the bad bitch of NXT.
She is the baddest bitch. I love that.
Eva Lee's maybe the baddest bitch in Lucha, but Nia, girl, you're the baddest bitch in NXT.
Yeah, she is. It was a great match. I loved how she worked with her. I love her and Carmella's dynamics. Like, I love the mashup of Nia Jax and Carmella, because Carmella's very petite.
Yes, they have really good, like, kind of like monster Goliath chemistry.
Yeah, I love it. It looks great on TV. It looks great because Carmella looks like she's really up against the mountain.
She's like getting dragged around like a rag doll. Like,
the storytelling was perfect. Like, how Carmella really took a beat down in this match, and Bayley was just at the turnbuckle. Like, and then Bayley comes in for the hot tag, and then she gets a dragon by Nia Jax. So it was just, it was great. It was a great match, and I loved the finish. The finish was everything. So
I'm very excited, and I don't know what's coming up next with NXT. Like, I haven't read no spoilers. I don't know if they have any other tapings set up or anything, but.
Don't tell us. We don't want to know. We don't like spoilers.
We do not want to know, people.
We like to be surprised. Tom. I don't know why Tom really likes spoilers. I really don't get it.
He's looking at all of them, too.
He likes to know what's going to happen. I
mean, granted, I used to
He's not the only one, though. Exactly. There's a lot of people who love spoilers.
But it takes the fun away from it. Like, I stopped watching or reading SmackDown spoilers, and now I'm excited for SmackDown.
You know what, Nick? You know, the people that read spoilers are the ones who complain the most.
That's true. Because they already expect what's coming up.
Yeah, they already see what's coming up, and they're not surprised.
And then they wait for their surprises for Monday Night Raw, because it's live, and then pay-per-views.
Yeah. That's why you're so bothered. Stop reading spoilers.
And NXT, too. Why the hell would you read NXT spoilers? That's like the best product WWE has right now. I
unfollowed everybody who posts NXT.
Like, I know, and there's some sweet people, too.
I love
don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see them.
Some of our close listeners, like, I don't know. He just changed his tag. He's changed it to Sasha section, I think.
Is it like was it Fearless Nick?
Yeah,
No.
Fearless Nick. I had to unfollow him. I had to unfollow Bass Mode.
Oh yeah.
Like, even though I love those two, they're in my
Bass
heart.
Mode is hilarious.
I love Bass Mode. I don't even know if it's a dude or a girl, and
I have no clue.
I really don't give a shit. I just love it. I love that Twitter handle. I don't care who it is. I'm in love with a robot, I guess.
Yeah, shady as fuck.
Shady as fuck. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I really don't care if you're a monkey behind a computer. I don't give a shit. I love you. But I just can't follow you because you post too many damn spoilers. Like, I just can't. I can't.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. So, if I don't follow you back, that's why. Sorry.
Yeah. But I'm really excited for what's coming up with NXT. Because remember that backstage interview, like, that Bayley had? She's like, in Asuka, she's...
Oh, yeah.
We all know what her sights are set after now is this title. But she looked kind of intimidated. So we'll see what happens. Because we still had those seeds planted with Nia Jackson and Asuka, and then Eva and Asuka, so...
I think Carmella's going to have her... she's going to come back, she's going to get her licks in, and I think she's going to be called up quickly. Because I know Enzo and Cass are being called up soon. Everybody knows that's coming.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, I remember listening to an interview, I think it was on the Sam Roberts podcast. I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody from NXT. And they were talking about how NXT is more careful on how they handle their champions because WWE likes to call them up right after they have a title.
Oh, was it Finn, maybe?
Was it Finn's? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But the whole point of the whole thing is, now, because I listen to those things and I pay attention to how they do the storytelling because I'm a nerd like that. I want to know how it works. So I'm paying attention to it and I'm watching the Carmella booking. I know that she already had her peak moment. She had her big match. And now she's going to have her closeout, like kind of like to put over Eva Marie before she leaves. So I think Carmella's on her way out. I think we're watching the end of Carmella's NXT run.
Okay, so you think we're going to see a bit more stuff with Carmella?
I think Bayley's going to move on to Asuka, and I think...
we need Dana Brooke back.
I think Dana Brooks and Emma are going to move on to Nia Jax and Eva Marie.
Okay.
And I think
they were targeting Deanna on the last episode.
I know. That was kind of crazy. I was like, Deanna getting a speaking role and all that.
I know! Getting a little, like, side storyline maybe going. Or maybe that was just kind of, like... showing Emma and Dana's characters. Like, I really like how they're still keeping them around, you know? Like, They're not forgotten. They're not irrelevant.
That's why, because, you have the Power Alliance, which is Nia and Eva Marie. It just has to happen. Those two gotta
that would be, mesh. But it's like two heel tag teams.
It doesn't matter.
So
NXT's not about heels.
To see, like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter, but it'd just be interesting to see, like, how the fans would react with it.
Yeah, because the thing with NXT
because they hate Dana, and they hate Eva.
NXT doesn't have heels and baby faces, I feel like they never go off that. Like, you'll see, like, baby faces face off all the time on NXT.
True, that's true.
Then they're not focused on that. Triple H he's trying to diminish that. So I won't be surprised if we see Nia Jackson, Emma, and Dana Brooks. Like, to me, that's something that we're going to probably see at the Dallas show.
I was going to say, do you think that will be because I feel like we're going to get a secondary Divas match at Dallas, too.
I think it's going to be Asuka, and Bayley, and Nia Jax, Eva Marie versus Dana Brooks and Emma.
I wonder about Carmella, though. Because,
I think Carmella is going to be with her boys for the tag match.
True, that's true.
And after that, she's going to be called up to the main roster.
And I feel like after all of this, then we're going to start seeing more of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce.
And Alexa Bliss will regain her push again. She'll start moving up on the ranks again.
Be a contender for Asuka or something.
It's a puzzle. That's how you got to look at it. It's how everybody shifted. It's like chess. You move one this way, you move the other one that way. You know what I mean? So, like, Carmella somebody has to move up for somebody else to move in. So,
exactly.
I think that's why Deanna's been used heavily because they're waiting to reintroduce Peyton and Billie Kay.
Billy's been having, and I mean, even Aaliyah has been, like, working on the live events and stuff, got some new outfits, so who knows? We may be seeing her on NXT TV here soon.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, like, the NXT division is really on point, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for this Wednesday, or tomorrow, because I don't know what they're showing.
I know. I just can't wait for tonight. Tonight's The People versus O.J. Simpson. I love that show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Total Divas is on tonight as well.
What's going on in Total Divas today? Is it the Bella fight?
I don't know.
I think it's
I haven't
Alicia
been paying
Fox and
attention. I
Bayley.
think they only showed like a thing with Nikki being like, "Oh, it's so great being Divas champion," and then she gets speared by Charlotte. So I think this is like showing when she loses it, I guess.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll probably watch it. But that's another thing I was talking with Brandy about. We're maybe going to start doing like our Total Divas reviews over here on the Pipe On Podcast, kind of like a secondary show.
Yeah.
You're not going to join us?
I don't know. Like, I did Total Divas for the Fans podcast last week, but I mean, if I'm around, it's not something I'm excited to do.
Well, that's okay. I'm hoping we could get Gigi again. If we could ever get Gigi on here.
Is she even here anymore? Is Gigi a part of the...
Did she even go here?
She don't go here no more. That bitch.
She got to get it together, listeners. You better go tweet her.
She just pops in the group every day and just shades
and
somebody
shades us and then leaves again.
Like she tried it today. She sent a picture of Triple H and Dean Ambrose, and she's like, "Why didn't anybody tell me this is happening?" And I was like, "Who gives a shit? It's Dean Ambrose." And she's like, "When was Brad Maddox's title match, huh?"
She's like looking through Brad Maddox's title history. She's like, "I'm waiting."
She's still waiting because I haven't replied.
Oh, I guess I sent that Naomi gift, so I guess that's what she got. Like, bitch, whatever. All right, well, that was a fun show, James. Where can people follow you on social media? Any final sayings before we head in?
No, I think we said enough.
We covered a lot.
You can follow me at Jimmy James, JAYMES.
Perfect. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at PrincePipebomb, Instagram at PrincePipebomb, and Tumblr at PrincePipebomb, and follow us on Twitter at our official account at _RealPipebomb. And we now have an Instagram account run by Tom, so I think it's just at the Pipe On Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely follow us over there on Instagram too. So Tom is that's his new little thing, so he's going to be doing some like little news clips, just updating and showing our kind of graphics and our logos and stuff that James puts together. So I've been slacking on that on my personal account. I used to do that here and there, but I feel like it's about time we get our own Instagram. So
yeah, definitely.
But other than that, I'm excited for Lucha NXT this week, and I'm on March break next week, so I'm super pumped.
You what?
I'm on my March break.
Oh,
next
really?
Week.
How long?
For a week.
Oh, summer. What is it? Spring vacation?
Yeah, it's like, well, they're calling it March break here, but it's like spring break, and then I have one in the summertime for a week.
I know. Oh my god, I'm gonna apologize to listeners ahead of time. When's WrestleMania?
April 2nd, I think.
All right, I gotta figure it out first, then I'll let them know.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I'm like, what's happening?
I'll tell you after this, but don't worry about it, guys. We'll figure it out.
We're all right. Yeah.
All right, toodaloo.
All right, bye.
Bye.